Well, we got Vaughan back. Yes, I know we lost him for a day and he's back again. Oh, what a relief for me. Hey, Vaughan, now the Prime Minister, the new Prime Minister, is showing some empathy for small business. Hey, I'm excited about that. Is that going to turn into reality?
A Labor government showing empathy for small business. Bugger me. Max, the Auckland business community, which is really what we're talking about today, because, man, have they had a hell of a time in the last 10 days. Third of the New Zealand economy, and quite possibly the single biggest voter base that is unhappy with the Labor government. Max, that was before these businesses were literally drowned by floods last week. But Max, the real damage was done in 2021. Remember that 100-day Auckland lockdown at the end of 2021, went all the way through to December, smashed most Auckland small business. That left a real salty taste in the mouths of the business community. So when those same businesses go to the polls this October, that will be in the back of their minds. However, what we need to focus on is not them. We need to focus on today and tomorrow and where from here. So with the 100-day lockdown of 2021 behind us, but there was a $68 million support package to reinvigorate it. That was called Activate Tamaki. What I guess you've said is, in terms of empathy for small business, one would think that last week's floods will require a similar relief package. What do you think about that, Max? I'm not aware of anything as yet.
Well, look, I think because that's a very, very unusual event. And look, the government has been renowned for getting their hand in their pocket and putting it out. Now, I believe the government have put $1 million aside, $1 million for Auckland businesses that died. Yeah, Vaughan, I remember the 4 months of lockdown. I remember all the new laws they brought in that caused just hardship for small employers. So I'm like... I think this new Prime Minister, I don't know, I've got a feeling he's not going to be much the same, but let's hopefully he can turn something into gold. But $1 million, Vaughan, that doesn't sound like enough.
Well, to put that into context, there's about 180,000 small businesses in the Auckland region. Divide $1 million over 180,000, that wouldn't even get you a coffee. So I'm not too sure if that's right or what that really means. I think that if there was a proper relief package to restart and reignite a flooded business community, it would be more than $1 million, and we would be talking about it. So I think that's really, let's get Waitangi to one side. Big event this weekend. Chris Hipkins will be back from there, and we'll be interested to see what he's got to offer. But Max, I'll close with this, bro. And then I will shut my gob and let you have the last word. So, Saturday, October 14, we have a general election. That's 253 days from now. We're going to decide who runs the country. 2 weeks ago, it was general acceptance that we were going to have a change of government at the end of the year, and we would have ourselves an ACT national coalition. Then next minute, Jacinda Ardern ups and resigns, and we have a Chris Hipkins-led Labor government, and he is Prime Minister. So, Max, here's my question for you. With those 250 days to go, can Labor pull off some sort of miraculous comeback? Can Chris Hipkins and his team get the Auckland small business community to a point where all is forgiven? I think the nature of the flood relief support package to the Auckland small business community will say a lot about how a Chris Hipkins-led Labor government feels about small business. How do you say about that, my man, Maxwell Smart?
Two things, Vaughan, two things that you've just raised, and I applaud you for that. One is a handout for business. I'm conflicted with that because I don't believe we should get too many handouts, because a lot of businesses are really on the verge of falling over anyway, and a handout is only going to prolong the agony for them and everyone else in the community. Now, small businesses can get up and survive. They can go down and they can pick themselves up and regrow into something else, which is beneficial. So that's a positive. What can this government do? The only thing they can do is revamp those stupid policies out there that are causing hell for small businesses. And look, I'm not over-optimistic about that. So we find out next week, Vaughan. We find out what Prime Minister Hipkins is going to do. Looking forward to it, having a chat then, mate.
To be continued.